In today's video, I want to talk about how I shifted my identity and my belief systems as a single mom to now someone who has been able to be more financially secure, raising a kid by themselves. And also, I know that I'm not special. Okay. I know there's so many single moms out there and people that are trying to raise kids on their own. I in no way think that I'm special, but I have been through the journey of being a single parent long enough, and my hope with this video when I was coming up with this content was that it would help some other single moms out there know that they can shift things around. They don't have to listen to those old videotapes in their mind that keeps telling them that they can't raise a kid by themselves, they can't do certain things, and they have restrictions just because they're a one income household. So, in the process of me coming up with this content, I really thought about where I was at before I had a spiritual awakening and where I was at after I had a spiritual awakening. And one of the biggest differences is beforehand, I had a large amount of debt. I had a $500 power bill. I was behind $1,000 on my rent, and I was living in a hotel and lost all of my belongings. But through this, I was able to shift that around. So, some of the old belief systems that I had before I started to shift my views was that I can't afford rent. I can't afford to pay my rent because kids are too expensive for one income households, and I don't make enough money. At the time, this stuff was all true. It was all true that this was my reality. And it was my reality because of my limiting belief systems. So I started to discover books like Eckhart Tolle, David Hawkins. I started to discover YouTube channels that kind of opened my mind to more concepts. And because I was open to trying anything at the time, I was in a position to actually receive that information and actually be open to it. If you're not open to this stuff, then it can't change your life. But if you be open to it, then you can make some huge changes in your life, which is what happened to me. So my new belief systems, once I started to work with my mind, started to do meditation, started to kind of change that stuff around, was that instead of I can't afford my rent, I started to shift that old belief system to my rent is always paid. My rent is always paid. I'm always taken care of one way or another. Someone upstairs is looking over me, looking after me, and I'm going to be okay. And that has been the case now for 5 years. I have always been able to pay my rent on time, no matter what happened. So the next one that I shifted, kids are too expensive on one income, to if I plan and budget, I can make sure she has everything that she needs. Now, I know I have to be more careful with my money because, yes, kids are, going to be expensive. But if I plan, if I budget, if I'm careful with my money, if I put a little bit away each day or each week or each month, I'm going to be able to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of, like dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, things like that. And then the last one that I wrote down was I don't make enough money to I make plenty of money. I make plenty of money to support my kid with or without child support from my ex. And I'll tell you what, 2.5 years, nothing. And you know what? It's fine. I was able to make it work. And by shifting my belief systems. And so what changed after I changed these belief systems? What changed for me was that I ended up gravitating towards a job that was of better pay. And because I kept working with my mind and kept changing that belief systems, I kept making more and more money. Somehow jobs would keep coming, offers would keep coming, money would keep flowing, and everything was always taken care of. And then the second one was that I learned how to save. I learned about saving, I learned about budgeting, I learned how to keep money in a savings account in case anything happened. And that is what you have to do in the beginning. You have to make little sacrifices and maybe learn how to cook so that you're not eating out all the time. I also quit smoking. I quit drinking. I quit doing a lot of the things that was costing me a lot of money. And I'm not saying that that's easy for people, but that was just what worked for me, is to start focusing more on where it is important that I invest every single dime that I have. And in doing that, have created more of a sustainable life for myself. So what you can do to shift your beliefs as a single mom, or really this is for anybody, but you know, single moms especially out there, I have some empathy for single moms, is to shift your belief system as you already are in that position. If you want to be a business owner, imagine yourself as that already, but not through the contents of your mind, but through the present moment, through being in the present moment, through understanding that things happen in the now. They don't happen in the past or the future, they happen in the now. And so if you're going to try to manifest a better life for yourself, don't do it through the contents of your ego. Do it through the present moment while changing your belief systems. And when I say changing your belief systems, if you have a negative belief that comes up, are you recognizing that as not real, not you, and just letting it come in and go without believing in it, without attaching to it? Maybe you have a negative belief system that says, I don't make enough money, and that thought just continues to wander in your mind for days, maybe weeks on end. If you continue to believe that, that is going to be your reality. So learning how to detach from that thought that arises from your conditioned thinking can help you change your belief systems, because you're not attached to that. You're not, because you're not that. You're not your thoughts. You're not whatever arises in your form, in form. And then the last one of this little diagram that I drew, I don't know if it's any good or not. I don't even know if you guys can see it because it's kind of small, but was action. Are you taking actionable steps to achieving your goals? Nothing happens in this world by us just sitting on the couch and hoping for something to happen. We have to take action. And we have to take action on things that scare us. Maybe it does scare you, but maybe the things that scare you the most are what are going to be the most beautiful and the most fulfilling in the end. For me personally, doing a YouTube channel has always been like a fear, because I had never been the type of person to want to be in front of a camera, and let alone come up with, content for 10, 15 minutes and just sit here and talk and share my life. It's really hard to be vulnerable like that. But over the past couple of years, I have begun to shift that and recognize that I don't have to believe that audio tape that continues to play in my mind that says I can't start a YouTube channel, I can't do a YouTube channel, because, and I know that I would never be satisfied continuing to work a job where I felt like I was going nowhere. I know I want to build something of my own. That's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to go that route. Some people want to go to school, whatever. But for me, that was what I felt like I needed to do. And so, but it took me a couple years even to get up off the couch and actually start hitting record and recording a video and taking action. So those are the 3 things that you can do to start changing your life around, regardless of your circumstances. If you're a single mom and you want to build a business, if you want to start selling stuff on Amazon, if you want to start a coaching business, you can do that. You can do that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So I hope that this video helped you guys today learn how that you can shift your limiting belief systems and design whatever kind of life that you want, because it is possible. All right, I hope you guys liked my video. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.